Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Madam Phoebe or Trainer Phoebe. I am enthusiastic about passing the knowledge and skills to nutrition people who are studying nutrition in dietetics certificate, nutrition in dietetics diploma or degree. So today we are going to talk about Diet Therapy 1, and this is an introduction that is meant tailor-made for students who are doing certificate in nutrition and dietetics and diploma in nutrition and dietetics. I am a trainer at Sangalo Institute of Science and Technology. Welcome. So when we talk about nutrition, of course, everybody has their own ideas of what nutrition is. In nutrition and dietetics, we talk about food, we talk about nutrients, and how they are used in the body. So the first thing we talk about is food. What is food? So food are products that are derived either from animals or plants that are taken by the body to yield nutrients for maintenance of life and for growth and repair of tissues. So food, these are products that are derived from plants and animals that can be taken into the body to yield nutrients for maintenance of life and the growth and repair of tissues. So if it is from plants, if it is from animals, and it can be taken in to provide nutrients that will help to support life and also to help to maintain growth and repair of tissues, then that is food. So food, there are products from two places, either animal products or plant products. Anything out of there is not food. And of course, now we say, what is nutrition as the second aspect of Diet Therapy 1? What is nutrition? So nutrition is the science of food. It is the study of food, what we just described. It is the study of food and the nutrients or the substances that are derived from nutrients. So we try to study them, and we want to see how their action and interactions and balance in relation to health and disease process by which the organisms ingests, digests, absorb, transport, utilize, and excrete the food substances. So it is the science that studies the general food substances and the nutrients that are derived from the food themselves. From the time the food is ingested, when we swallow, in other words, when the food is ingested, when the food is digested, when the food is absorbed, when the food is transported, when the food is utilized, and finally, when it is excreted. So in simple terms, nutrition is actually a science of nourishing the body. It is a science of nourishing the body properly, or the analysis of the effects of food on the living organisms. The analysis of the effects of food or the effects of food on the living organisms. So how the food is taken up and how it is utilized, how it is absorbed and digested, and the process of excretion. So all that is what we called nutrition. So far we have seen the definition of food, and we have seen that the food are products that are derived from plants or animals and can be taken into the body to yield nutrients for maintenance of life and the growth and repair of tissues. And we've said that nutrition is the science that looks at the process by which the organism ingests, digests, absorbs, transports, utilizes, and excretes the food substances. And now we are going to look at the nutrients. Number 3, what is a nutrient? What is a nutrient? A nutrient is a substance that is obtained from food and used in the body to provide energy and structural materials and to regulate growth, maintenance, and repair of body tissues. A nutrient is a substance obtained from food and are used in the body to provide energy and structural materials and to regulate growth, maintenance, and repair of body tissues. So nutrients is what we have always heard about. These are known as what we call the carbohydrates, for example, the proteins, the vitamins, the minerals, the fats, and water. That is in the category of nutrients. So when you say about nutrients, they are now the final chemical substances that are derived from food to support nutrition. Now you understand what food is. You understand what nutrients are, and now you understand what nutrition is. When we talk about nutrition or nutrients, the nutrients are two-pronged. It means there are two types of nutrients. We have the macronutrients and the micronutrients. When we talk about the macronutrients, as the name suggests, these are nutrients that are needed in the body in large amounts. Macronutrients are nutrients that are needed in the body in large amounts. And these are the ones that include carbohydrates, number one, proteins, and fats. They form the bulk of the diet and they supply all the energy needed by the body. So the micronutrients are the energy-giving food mostly, and they form bulk of the diet. And they are needed by the body in larger amounts. And examples are proteins, carbohydrates, and fats. Those are the macronutrients. The other arm of nutrients, if my head is the nutrients, one hand is the macronutrients, the other hand will be the micronutrients. And as the name suggests, these are nutrients that are needed by the body in small amounts, okay, to support various activities and body functions and processes. Micronutrients are only two. Number one, they are vitamins, and number two, they are minerals. Remember, my head is the nutrients, one hand is the macronutrients needed by the body in large amounts to support mainly the energy needs of the body, and examples are carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. My other hand is the micronutrients. This is needed by the body in small amounts, and they are only two examples. This is where we find the vitamins and minerals. Thank you very much. We are continuing the introduction of Diet Therapy 1, and so far we have seen what macronutrients are, we have seen what micronutrients are, and now we are going to define essential nutrients. What are essential nutrients? These are nutrients that are needed by the body and must be obtained from food because the body cannot synthesize or make them in sufficient amounts that are needed for the body's physiological needs. What are essential nutrients? These are nutrients that must be obtained from food. Why? Because the body cannot make them or synthesize them in sufficient amounts to meet the body's physiological needs. Okay? And then when we say about nutrition status, when we tell you we are going to look at your nutrition status, what does that mean? Nutritionist? That means the condition of health of an individual as influenced by the intake and utilization of nutrients. Nutritional status is the condition or health of an individual as influenced by the intake and utilization of nutrients. So if at a particular time we say you have good nutrition status, and as we go on with our study, we are going to look at what are the ways we can use to measure an individual's nutrition status. So nutrition status is directly linked to an individual's nutrient intake. And remember the definition of those words that we have just talked about. Another definition that we will look at in our introduction to Diet Therapy 1 is malnutrition. When we say malnutrition, what does it mean? It is a condition or any condition caused by an excess or deficiency of energy or nutrient intake or by an imbalance of nutrients. So it's